talk about a new dance swing. I'm gonna go to the park and get a good 2-hour walk on. And it is 79. It's supposed to get down to. I don't want to see nothing about no goddamn war. And so, go up the 81, 56. It's supposed to get down to. It's 57 tonight. That's not bad. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's crazy. He ain't telling nobody about that. It's a shame. Can't make it up. In no way, man. And they're showing that today, and it was supposed to yesterday. We got a pussy looking. What are you doing when people start complying and they realize you came there with a bunch of fucking idiots with hair triggers who don't know shit, don't know law, don't give a fuck, but made it with, oh, what's going on, Deidre? What's happening, beloved? But the other monkey was sitting here, ain't the like. Huh? What are you gonna do then? When somebody runs from around the side of the building while you fucking with one person? Hey, Melina, what's up, mama? What you gonna do, monkey? You're sitting there. Hit the like, honey, so I know it's you. What you gonna do? You ain't gonna do a goddamn thing. Cause a lot of you gonna find fold in and mold in. You're gonna run and hide. I like when Dominic Izzo does this stuff. He shows the pussies yelling, barking orders. Man's trying to listen best as he can, but the monkey hears the other cop tell him to get on his knees. He don't correct him. He's quick to pull the trigger. What you gonna do, motherfucker? You ain't gonna do nothing, you pussy. Where you at? You ain't gonna do a goddamn thing. You're gonna be one of the ones hiding in the background. I didn't do nothing. It wasn't me. Bunch of fucking pussies.
Holy shit! All of you are talking. How can you expect anybody to listen to it? I would be like, guys,
I like it too.
You want to put me on my knees? You come over here and you put me where you want.
Motherfuckers get up in their 20s and 30s. They see a little death and drugs, and they want to act like badasses when we've been seeing it all our fucking lives. You ain't shit.
I will do whatever you want. I'm not gonna move, but you need to put me in the position you want because these cops got this guy shot because they weren't on their game.
He's been nice, but he's showing it.
Checking the foundation like a home inspector. You get dropped if we ought to box like a home protector. You get cut short with the clips on the chrome director. Going off non-stop in your house like a smoke detector.
You stay here looking and not doing nothing, you become the mark, nigga. You become the motherfucking mark. I'm just letting you know something.
You get cut short with the clips on the chrome director. Going off non-stop.
Clearly, these two studies show that not only does the vaccination increase your risk of flu by 27%, and that study was by Shrestha and colleagues out of the Cleveland Clinic.
Fuck the news. So today in Washington, there was a Washington, D.C. walk. The news ain't even covering this shit. I wonder why. Somehow you've been lost in the sauce going on in Washington. People in Washington are marching against what Donald Trump approved not too long ago. Having the police take over Washington, having the homeless removed, having the stuff just tossed out.
Hey, how much does it cost?
Oh! Don't spray him. Don't spray him. Don't spray him. What the?
Bunch of fat over. Hey, what's going on? A bunch of fat, out of shape motherfuckers.
So it's bullshitting that he was talking to a minor. No, but you're going about the whole thing wrong, man. Nigga, you just fucking told me when I was standing right here, you said, whoa! What? I did not say
Florida got some of the most pathetic motherfucking deputy sheriffs who don't know the law, and the worst sheriffs of today existing. Doofy, racist mother, and they'll be the same ones that run and hide when the shit really get turned the fuck up. Let's see. Let me see if the monkey hijacked it. Let's see if the little monkey hijacked it. The little faggot. Let's see if the little faggot hijacked it. I don't need the internet. I can let it go off. No, I didn't. I'm gonna get busy here. I'm gonna read. Put a one up who's in here. I guess the faggot decided to leave. I wish he would have stayed in, or she, or whatever the fuck it is. I wish he would have stayed in, or she, or whatever the fuck it is. It's regular, I guess you call it water, with a little mineral in it. It's regular, I guess you call it water, with a little mineral in it. Regular. Put a 1 in here, whoever's in here, let's put a 1. I had 2 of my favorite people in here. Put a 1 in here, whoever's in here. And all of a sudden, I had 2 of my favorite people in here. And I know DeAndre and Millennial will do a 1 real quick. And I guess the monkey came back because it didn't hit the like. Oh no, I'm not saying it because you're getting something. I'm saying it because it's what you are. A monkey. I'm not saying it because you're getting something. I'm saying it because it's what you are. Monkey. I don't mean to be disrespectful to monkeys. You know, my apologies, Mark. You know, monkeys, but I don't mean. You got people in here who when they were making this new batch of incubator babies, they made these monkeys. And took your blood and put it in a few people. They shouldn't have done that. That's why they can't think straight. They shouldn't have done that. That's why they can't think straight. DeAndre, who else is in? I asked y'all to put a 1 in. I know it's not hard, is it? I'm just getting me 12 more grams of protein. Some fruit and stuff. I was gonna make me a shake, but I'm doing that before I go to the park in the morning to get my little 2-hour walk on. I really want to run, but I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna read here. I'm just waiting for everybody to get in here. Appreciate that, guys. Thank you, hon. And we're probably in the country working on all. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. What's up, man? That's what's up. Somebody's watching TV. Somebody's watching TV. Had to give the guy a jump, a truck. Had to give the guy a jump, a truck. Yeah, got it running, so. The other guy's truck, and he let his friend use it. I guess he's a meth head. He hasn't come back with his truck. The other guy's truck, he let his friend use it. I guess he's a meth head. He hasn't come back with his truck. Obviously, he must have did the dab too, you know, sadly. Obviously, he must have did the dab too, you know, sadly. Blueberries and, oh my God, it's so good. It's so freaking good. Blueberries and, oh my God, it's so freaking good. Blueberries. I'm going to get the reading here in a minute. Apologies for being so late. I'm going to read Power Now by Eckhart Tolle. I really want y'all to pay attention when I'm reading too. Power Now by Eckhart Tolle. I really want y'all to pay attention when I'm reading too. Oh, that's what's up, honey. Oh, that's what's up, honey. There's so many beautiful women in this world. Millennial is absolutely beautiful. Y'all haven't seen it. Y'all seen it. Subscribe to our channel. Check out the videos. There's so many beautiful women in this world. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Y'all haven't seen it. Y'all seen it. Subscribe to our channel. Yeah, I know. Snooze is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Y'all follow her on TikTok and stuff. The kids are magnificent. They're all grown now. College educated, making music. They're all grown now. College. Sarah and them. Well, they're all of them. Much older, wiser. Absolutely beautiful. Well, This shit all over. Much over Washington. Absolutely. Wow, is that thing reverbing or what? What the fuck? Let's turn it down. Wow. Wow. No, let me stop. Okay, let me yeah. Let's go ahead and read. I want to keep the light going. No. Bad thing. Anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead. I've definitely checked out a few of Millennials' videos. They're very transparent, very absolutely. Lately I've been going on everybody's channel and looking at what they're posting and stuff like that. Yeah, I like it. You know what I mean? All of it. Whatever works, whatever helps, assists, whatever, you know, manages in a different form or way, perceptions, you know, helping other people's channels. That's why I share stuff, you know. Hopefully I'll be like, oh, subscribe and you get notifications, because there's some really good stuff out there. I like a lot of enlightening stuff. If somebody asks me a question, right? Gmail or whatever, right? Oh, whatever, right? Whatever, Instagram, Facebook, whatever, Messenger. First thing I say is, look, I'm gonna give you my synapses. I'm gonna share my thing. But I'm gonna go and research and see what other people are saying or stating, or if I'm aware of some certain things, many people, whatever, right? I'm gonna share it with them. People like, do you have a list of books? Do you have a list of names? I mean, I don't know if they're always saved, because, you know, as you keep saving stuff, it goes away and you got to go and find it all again. But I do the best I can, not to marginalize anyone, but to give for those who really like to research stuff, you know, who really like to get involved and actually listen to people who may be sharing something worthwhile. Because no matter what I say, even though I call something a fact, it's up to you to determine, by whatever information you come by, what do you find equitable, something that you can bring balance to yourself, or, you know, like a form of monetary gain, of self-endowment, you know what I mean? So I enjoy that, you know. It used to happen a lot lately, but people still ask questions. Sometimes they ask a question, they don't even know they're asking a question. I'm like, I know what he was asking. And then I go, oh, there's sometimes when I'll be like, look, I was just sharing some information. I don't really know. It's up to you. You know what I mean? Let me stop. and I really like that. And then when I see y'all sharing stuff, it means that you really look or listen, and there's something you got from it. Sometimes it's something that y'all find entertaining, you know, something that, you know, that's all part of it. It's like, we're not robotic, like it's about being woke and all that other goofy nonsense, you know. It's about, like, you know, there's a lot of fun stuff. You know, I share a lot of stuff with animals, like, then I share some funny stuff whenever I come across something that I find pretty funny. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, regardless of all that, blah 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 blah. Damn, is that a whiff of the New York pizzeria, or is that the Chinese? Oh, I smell that stench too. Hold on. That smells good. I think it smells like pasta or something, like lasagna or calzone. That smells good. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into Eckhart Tolle. I'm retarded. The Power of Now, a guide to spiritual enlightenment. Always remember, a guide. Doesn't say that it's the answer, it's the all be it, and this, that, and other. A guide. So that means another source to spiritual enlightenment, with new preface by the author, Eckhart Tolle. Somebody shared something to me and it says, Red, why are the Jews, the Zionists, dancing the way they're doing? Well, For those who get into like magic and all that other goofy stuff, cult, this, that, and other, animalism, well, they're dancing like standing vile deer. You know, there's another name for deer, right? They got horns and stuff with claws. They're emulating that. These are the satanic individuals. And I know it's hard for y'all to rationalize and reason it. But there are paintings that go back that exalt them in this form, okay? Why do you think how people used to do the chicken and the rooster dance? Why do you think they started taking chicken for the bad shit and swinging around their heads? That's not their shit. They got that from us. They're stupid. They are very, very stupid. But shit works. Okay? Anyway, let's go ahead and get into the reading, okay? And people can see it when they see it, you know? The inner body. Let me tap this one more time. No light. Get that on. Battery, crank it up. Being is your deepest self. Being, as in B-E-I-N-G. Being is your deepest self. So it's almost like a monologue, a dialogue, excuse me. Not a monologue. That means one person. Dialogue. You spoke earlier about the importance of having deep roots within or inhabiting the body. Can you explain what you meant by that? The body can become a point of access into the realm of being. The body can become a point of access, a realm, another one, a room, a door, into the realm of being. Let's go into that more deeply now. I am still not quite sure if I fully understand what you mean by being. Water, questionable, right? What do you mean by that? I don't understand it. This is what I don't understand it. Well, this is what a fish would say if it had a human mind. Please stop trying to understand being. You have already had significant glimpses of being. All of you have. But the mind will always try to squeeze it into a little box and then put a label on it. It cannot be done, you see. It cannot become an object of knowledge. In being subject and object, in being subject and object merge into one. The physical and the soul, right? Or the realm, you being a door. Are they actually one in the present, in your presence? Being can be felt as the ever-present. I am, that is, beyond name and form. I am, and you remember Star Trek back in the 1960s, and they went to the void, and it says, are you God? And it says, I am. That is beyond name and form, but it was evil. It was something that wanted to subjugate and stop their travels, and it made them all in delusional and stuff. Okay, but that's on the darker side, the Jannah and the Hawa, something else. To feel and thus to know that you are, to feel and thus know that you are, and so abide in that deeply rooted state is enlightenment. Is the truth that Jesus says will make you free? Free from what? Free from the illusion that you are nothing more than your physical body and your mind. That's all y'all think you are. This illusion of the self, as the Buddha calls it, and that's the reason why we're reading Helena Blavatsky. You're going to like what I read tomorrow. That's why I'm just doing this. Buddha calls it, well, anyway, the illusion of the self, as the Buddha calls it, and I mean it, is the core error. That's why they had to change the Bible, so you look outside and never eternal. Free from fear in its countless disguises as the inevitable consequence of that illusion. The fear that is your constant tormentor as long as you derive your sense of self only from this ephemeral and vulnerable form, and free from sin, which is the suffering you unconsciously inflict on yourself and others as long as this illusory sense of self governs what you think, say, and do. Sin keeps you from going into the depths of the valleys of your truth. Isn't it funny how the fake Jews and the Zionists run around doing perverted things, except for not the religious ones? We're not talking about that. And they do it because they've been misled, misguided, and told that it's all right. No, there's nothing all right with it. But like the Asians run around doing the dumb shit they do. It doesn't matter what they've got to see and partake in and everything else. It doesn't matter. Trust me on this one. So let's look behind the words. Remember we went through this beyond the words? I don't like the word sin. It implies that I am being judged and found guilty. That's the conditioning. They don't want thinkers. I can understand that. Over the centuries, many erroneous views and interpretations have accumulated around words such as sin. Remember I told you the sin area? What frequency is that? Between you and the earth, your soul. Soul of your feet. Due to ignorance, misunderstanding, or desire to control. But they contain an essential core of truth. If you are unable to look beyond such interpretations, and so cannot recognize the reality to which the word points, then don't use it. That's why it made you think hell is in the dirt, under the earth. But they saw it Sheol. What is Sheol? Is that not part of soul? The sin area, the frequency, the earth, the grounding? That which magnifies, allows the uptake as well as the downtake? To look beyond such interpretations, right, and so cannot recognize the reality to which the word points, then don't use it. Don't get stuck on the level of words. Excuse me. A word is no more than a means to an end. It's an abstraction. Not unlike a signpost, it points beyond itself. The word honey isn't honey. You can study and talk about honey, H-O-N-E-Y, for as long as you like, but you won't really know it until you taste it. And when you do have the best, especially New Zealand Manuka honey, you go, what the fuck is, what the hell? Oh, I feel tingly and shit. What is that? What kind of magic? Now it's magic. It's no longer honey. What kind of liquid god juice? What? It's no longer honey. The symposium is based on your narrative, your focus, what you choose, your choice. But what is taken from it? What enlightenment? What in the circles of the mind start in the process? Not the illusion, but in the reality. What's the significance of it? But if you've been dumbed down to ignorant, little old, I will comply. Will you ever allow the honey to be more than what it is? Will you allow it to speak to you when you taste it? After you have tasted it, the word becomes less important to you. You won't be attached to it anymore. Similarly, you can talk or think about God continuously for the rest of your life. But does that mean you know or have even glimpsed the reality to which the word points? It really is no more than an obsessive attachment to a signpost, a mental idol. The reverse also applies. If for whatever reason you dislike the word honey, that might prevent you from ever tasting it. If you had a strong aversion to the word God, which is a negative form of attachment, you may be denying not just the word, but also the reality to which it points. You may be denying yourself. You would be cutting yourself off from the possibility of experiencing that reality. All this because your words have power. There's frequencies and vibrations. All this is, of course, intrinsically connected with being identified with your mind. Remember I said how the motherfucker said, you me. Can you move stuff with your mind? So if a word doesn't work for you anymore, then drop it and replace it with one that does work. If you don't like the word sin, then call it unconsciousness or insanity. Call it murk and mire. Call it the void, the abyss, nowhere. That may get you closer to the truth, the reality behind the word, than a long misused word like sin, and leaves little room for guilt. I don't like those words either. They imply that there is something wrong with me. I'm being judged. I just got to hold on to it. Can't free himself because the supposing hasn't changed. The orchestra has not got up and left and changed for a better department of music to be displayed. So, of course, there is something wrong with you, and you are not being judged. I don't mean to offend you personally, as I don't mean to well, you know what I'm saying. I'll offend, and I'm not going to defend you either, but I'm not going to offend you, and I don't do it personally myself. But do you not belong to the race of man and woman that killed over 100 million members of its own species in the 20th century alone? I mean, damn, over 116 million was killed during World War II. You mean guilty by association? There goes that word guilt. It is not a question of guilt, but as long as you are run by the egoic mind, you know, white race is the best race. We'll downplay everybody else. We'll go and conquer the enemy when the enemy is yourself. I'm supposing him of being betrayed because they've utilized religion and ignorance of those who have bought into this composure and ideation without the truth of facts of history or not even knowing the language. Anyway, you are part of the collective insanity instead of the collective. Come on, people. What am I always talking about? Morals, the aptitude, not inaptitude, the choices. Because they think that they've gotten this far choosing wrong, that no one can choose right, regardless of what happens, as if they're going to be okay and you got to suffer. That's all a lie. Perhaps you haven't looked very deeply into the human condition and its state of dominance by the egoic mind. Open your eyes and see the fear, the despair, the greed, and the violence that are all pervasive. I point out y'all are very greedy. It's factual, but you won't free yourself. I'm using that because that's the simplest. And trust me, when I say greed is the simplest, despair, I cannot change. Fear, I cannot remove. Okay? That's up to you, but I can take you on to another place. Greed is materialistic. Everything else is internal. Y'all won't even free yourselves from greed. And I do question, why do I do this? Let's make this relevant. And the violence that are all pervasive, which is steeped in all those. Violence on TV show, cartoons, and the media, and the newspaper, and the magazines. When you're walking down the street in your household, it capitulates you in a direction that is in a false narrative of sin, but you won't free yourself of it because you won't ground yourself to find out the truth. You'll hold yourself because you're not a thinker. I'm not saying it in a way that is bad. There's a commonality there. Now see the heinous cruelty and suffering on an unimaginable scale that humans have inflicted and continue to inflict on each other as well as on other life forms on the planet, on the earth. You don't need to condemn, just observe. That is sin. That is insanity. That is unconsciousness. Above all, don't forget to observe your own mind. Seek out the root of the insanity there. And I hope this will benefit those tonight on a Friday evening, that you don't make bad choices, that you take the time and benefit yourselves. Hey, Tom, what's happening, beloved? Dev, what's cracking? What's going on? Grand Ascension, everybody. I really, really hope that this was meaningful and that you could take something from it. If you need, go back and listen again. I'm going to be laying as flat as a rock tonight, man. Sauna tomorrow. I'm going to the park to get my walk on. It's a nice long walk there. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's beautiful though. I got to put on the right shoes, or maybe I'll go raw, barefoot. Anyway, I hope that there was something that can be taken from there that can benefit each one of you. I am in understanding that the more I know, the less I believe, but yet the more I feel more around me, for lack of a better understanding. Exactly, there's no need to believe, facilitate good or bad. It is to know that you seek natural order. And with natural order, nothing has to exist, because you start removing all the dynamics of the illusion. I know, I'm looking around, I'm talking about, I've got to keep y'all on your P's and Q's, on your toes. Keeps me on mine, you know? I hope this benefits you some way. Even the bad guys, I hope they could take from it. They're not really bad guys, but they're playing a role. You know what I mean? Just coming off a 3-day fast, it was painful, but now, don't ever say it's painful. Never equate that. I know what you mean, but you don't have to say it. You don't have to say that you came off a 3-day fast. So you did a 72-hour fast, and there's benefits to it. That's all you need to know, as you're stating. But now it's hard to get sleep. I have so much energy. Go ahead and... I'm going to say this again. I want you to pay attention. Organic kiwi. Look it up. Organic kiwi for sleep. Chamomile and lavender tea. All right. Put some chrysanthemum, about 4 or 5 bulbs of chrysanthemum in there. A little yellow plant. Drop them in a big old pot. 2 bags of chamomile, 2 bags of lavender. Hit it. Squeeze a little natural lemon in there. It's half a lemon in it. Big old thing. I don't know, if you don't drink it all, sip it until you get ready to go to sleep, and eat you half of an organic New Zealand kiwi. Your ass will knock out like a... And don't take any of that over-the-counter crap. None. Or prescriptions. None. Trust me. You must say, but the kiwi's a fruit. Everything has a medicinal factor to it. Everything. Doesn't matter if it's got a sweet tang, a tart, bitter, or whatever. Everything. Remember I told you about how my ancestors showed them how to take ham, right? Knowing it's full of these parasites, they put honey on it to attract the worms. They used to put honey on my grandma used to do it all the time. The worms were coming to the top. Ew, I'm a little knucklehead. She's, boy, shut your mouth. Chocolate, you know? And see, that's why we put the pineapple on it. And we had some of the best pineapple. She put pineapple over that damn honey on that ham, and all of a sudden it looked like the worms were stunned. Then she had me help her putting them damn cloves in, sticking the cloves into that honey. And she's like, watch this. And she'd pull a couple of worms out. I was like, what the fuck? I'm young, real young. And then she'd pop it in that oven, slow cooking, slow roasting. She said, don't worry about them worms, they ain't even gonna be there. Man, that was nothing but magic. That was our way. We were the first original people to take the pig, never our food, and cook it from the rooter to the tutor. Boy, people didn't know how to eat them chitlins and hog maws and all that cow tripe, the stomach. Ain't nobody know. That was all us showing them how to do that. Ain't that something? Anyway, I want you to have a magnificent evening. I want you to get all the rest you can. Tomorrow's going to be a hectified day of reading, and I'm going to read to y'all like I done lost my mind. I'm not going to talk about world affairs and events, who blew up and this, that. I don't care. I never really do. I just want to see where you guys are at. But I appreciate you guys, as usual. All our beautiful women and all the majestic, magnificent, beautiful men as well, goddammit. All right? But our women are beautiful, goddammit, the right way. Men, y'all just need to know, that is everything about you is not chromatic, but it is man. It is as you should be, sentient. The power. Women, you are the strength. And don't you ever forget that. All right? And the silent ones in the back, love you guys too. Young Cherokee. I don't know if, well, a couple of sisters probably come over here. I pay attention on Facebook and Instagram. Appreciate y'all, all of you. Y'all have a magnificent evening and the rest of a wonderful day. See y'all tomorrow. And everybody's saying safe. Something's supposed to happen. A magnificent. That's all it is. There's no such thing as safe, but I appreciate you. You might want to tell the rest of the world to be safe.